We're in Moss Lane, Altrincham, and the Bucks have gone down to a 3-1 defeat to Altrincham this afternoon in National League North. And I have manager Gavin Cowan with me. Gavin, I imagine you're disappointed by that. Can't be happy about a 3-1 defeat.
No, of course. Obviously, really disappointed to come here, especially when I felt like we controlled the game in large parts of open play. I felt in and out of possession we were really good, but just lacked that clinical edge in the final third, really.
Sure. 1-1 at half time. Things seemed to be, going okay at that point. Was the second half performance was the downfall, I guess?
Well, I think after 18 minutes we were completely in control and the game plan was working to a T. And then, uncharacteristically, your players just their reliability goes out the window, and we have I think 4 players jump into challenges, and everything we worked on in the week they just didn't follow through. So that was disappointing. But then we got the game by the scruff of the neck again, went and got the equaliser, and rightly so. I think that was justified, and again, at half time I was very optimistic. I felt like we had them, by the jugular, and it was just a matter of time before we were going to go a bit more expansive. But obviously the lad steps up for the free kick, and I felt as though it was against the run of play. Again, we're jumping into tackles on the edge of the box that we don't need to be doing, and the third goal's my fault. We go a little bit gung ho. I play really expansive, but I'd rather have a chance of going and get an equaliser or even a winner. And losing 3-1, you might as well go for it and give the away supporters something to get excited about, which we did. Again, another mention to them. I think because we were dominant in the game, in open play, which I'm not saying that's a great thing, because obviously we've been beaten in both boxes, but because they see the hard work that the lads are putting in and out of possession. I think that they've all clapped us off and been really complimentary again. So it's great that they're sticking with us. And obviously it's 2 defeats now, so I ask all the supporters to stick with us. Because the performances aren't bad, and like I say, you get the performances, the results will look after themselves. But we have got to work on being a little bit more clinical. And today I felt at the other end we weren't as reliable as what we normally are. So the game's going to be won in both boxes in this league.
Sure. I mean, it's kind of worth remembering, and you say it's 2 defeats in a row, but they're against 2 teams very close to us in the table as well. So, Altrincham, did it look a good side today to you, or?
Yeah, it wasn't long ago that people were telling me that we've got the best record of anyone else in the top 10, of playing the top 10. So, it's disappointing, really. They're games that we should really come out, and I just feel like, I don't know why, but there seems to be a lack of belief in some of the players, and certainly some of them are really driven and really believe what we've got in that changing room. And I've just said to him, look, I didn't speak to him after. Again, I apologise to him, because last week I was, maybe a bit rash in saying I was disappointed in them, and that they should be disappointed in themselves. And actually, we dominated the game last week in the mid phase, and in our attacking phase, their defensive phase, we were completely dominant. And anyone who was at the game would have seen how many chances that we had, and we spoke about being more clinical and ruthless in the week, but we didn't. First half we had a couple of chances that I felt as though we could have put away, but we huffed and puffed second half. But we didn't really play through lines like I wanted us to. It was a bit too hopeful, and which is disappointing, because again in the defence, in the mid phase, in open play, we were just so comfortable, and I felt dominant, really, without being disrespectful to them, because they've beaten us in both boxes, which I'm sure they're happy about. So yes, it's it's a hard one to get your head around, really.
Sure. You gave a start to Ryan Barnett today. Is that sort of a reward for the good half hour at the end of the game last week?
Yeah.
And training as well, presumably.
Yeah, I think he certainly earned the right there ahead of a few others, but we needed to go to 2 10s today, because it was a tactical thing. The way they play, we needed to be very tactically on our game, and I felt like we were. I felt like the game plan was absolutely perfect, but in just certain areas we were the masters of our own downfall, jumping into tackles and not standing up and denying and delaying the opposition. And then I didn't think, a few of us, we want to get our number 10s on the ball and play through lines, and they did that brilliantly first half and just completely abandoned it second half. So yeah, it's a hard one to get. I'm sort of a bit miffed as to what's actually really gone on there, and why, when something's been so successful and you're so dominant in the game, why you would abandon that.
Sure. I mean, were there any concerns before the game, conditions-wise? I know there was a little bit of talk about pitch inspection, but all the preparation was, as if the game was going to go ahead. Yeah.
Everybody keeps saying to me about the pitch. It was absolutely fine. There was a little bit of rain. Football was played outside in the rain in the winter, and you've got to expect it. And it was the same for both teams, so it was absolutely fine.
Yeah, sure. So, game next week, FA Trophy, and a potentially tricky one against Farsley Celtic. They're going well, aren't they? And
then they've gone to Alfreton, haven't they? And they've turned over a big, strong Alfreton team, and it's they won't be taking them lightly. And obviously we need to get back to winning ways. So it's a good chance for us as well. I'm sure it'd be a they'll be excited, Farsley, about coming to us, and because they've got nothing to lose. But equally, it's exciting for us because we're going to get back on track. And I'm excited now. Like I say, everybody's got to stick together. Us as a group, you know, we're not reliant on any one individual. It's us as a group. We've got to stick together. Obviously, the supporters were magnificent at the end there. You know, the way they're so supportive and, you know, really thankful for that. And I know everyone really believes in what we're doing this season. So, you know, I just want to say a big thank you to everyone who's been very vocal about how much better things are around the place and how we've been improving. And just because you lose a couple of results, you don't abandon everything. You know, we're still on the right track. We're still in a good position, I'm assuming. So, yeah, we just got to pick ourselves up again, and just everybody's got to keep that belief and keep driving forward to what is that optimal goal.
And you like those kind of challenges, don't you, as well? I know you've spoken before about sort of righting wrongs, and if you've got off the back of a defeat, playing a good team again the following week in order to respond.
Yeah, well, I think I like to see everybody enjoying themselves and enjoying the moment. It's great to see some of the supporters and the good people around the club, you know, enjoying the wins and enjoying the new buzz around the place, and that everybody's very optimistic. But I think, you know, I'll leave everyone, if anyone wants to moan or whinge at anything, I'll leave them to do it, because I just get a bit excited about how we can recover, and, you know, through adversity you grow stronger, as they say. So I just feel like in these times I come into my own, you know, and it's we'll come back from it, because there's no alternative, is there? What do you do, lay down and die? Of course not. You know, we'll now pick ourselves up, we'll get back to it, we'll take stock, because I'm sure we're still in a good position in the league. I'm sure things are still good. I'm sure it'll still be, you know, could we have ever imagined being here at this stage of the season? Probably not. With all of our resources, everything taken into account. So we've tried to manage expectation, but, you know, sometimes people get ahead of themselves. So yeah, you know, when it's going well, I like to see other people enjoying themselves, and I try and keep a bit of an equilibrium. But, you know, in these times now, again, I try and grab it by the scruff of the neck and tell people exactly where we are and where we're going. And I'm just honest. I'm honest with the players. I genuinely believe that we can do big things this season, but they've got to believe it. It can't just keep coming from me. You know, I've been involved in football 23 years now, and I've played at this level and the one above most of my career, and I know a good group when I see them. They've just got to believe as well. And that's all I ask of them, really.
Okay, that's great, Gavin. Thanks for your time. Cheers. Thank you.
Cheers.
Right.